Thank you for tuning in to yet another episode of the Lift and Shine podcast. This is your host, Coach C. And today I want to dedicate this podcast, this live episode. So I am live on all my platform and I'm also recording it for my podcast to my lovely client, Tanis. Tanis found me about 3 years ago and she has truly transformed into the best version of herself, and she continues to work on herself. And so, Tanis, this one's for you, and also thank you for just giving me the motivation to come live, because I used to go live every single day. Yes, when I started my business, I used to go live every single day, go but I did burn out, and therefore now I'm grateful that I have a beautiful community. I'm grateful that I don't have to go live every single day in order to grow my business. So super grateful for that because these ladies know that I'm good at what I do and I change lives for a living and I freaking love it. With that said, in a couple days, I'm going to be announcing a back to school challenge. So if you've been listening to me and if you're watching me on my social media right now, stay tuned. A back to school challenge for you ladies to get your butt back in gear, because I know it's been summertime and summertime happens. It's like the barbecues, the beers, and I remember those days. And now I live in a paradise, beautiful country where it's summertime all year long. And so you must be like, oh my God, patio and drinks all day, every day. No, I've just changed my life so drastically. I went from drinking all the time to now becoming happy and not having to hide behind the alcohol or needing to go out or to be happy that I live a sober life. I have a glass of wine here and there, like once a month, if that. I was just at an all-inclusive a couple of weeks ago, and I literally, in the 4 days I was there, I had 2 glasses of wine because I don't need the alcohol anymore to make me happy, because I found happiness within. And that is the most important part, ladies, happiness within. And how are you going to find happiness within? And when you find happiness within, by the way, that's when the weight's going to drop. The weight's going to drop when you find happiness within, because you're not working against your body, you're working with your body. That is key. You got to work because you love yourself. You got to work out because you love yourself. You got to eat healthy because you love the vessel that you're in. This is your vessel. Take care of it. This is your vessel. Painting your walls at home. I always say painting your walls, and I look over and there's a bunch of scratches on my walls here in my apartment. Oops, sorry, landlord, from my mic, my mic stand. Understand that everything outside of you could disappear one day, could go away. And so I just had a coaching call with my clients this week about that, and how it's so important to find the happiness within. Where's your safe zone, your safe place? Once you find safety within, the weight's going to drop. The weight's not going to drop if you're hating yourself, if you're talking poorly about yourself. And this is what I'm talking about today, is how to flip the script in your mind. The script in your mind is actually keeping you stuck from being successful in all aspects of your life. It's keeping you stuck from losing the weight. It's keeping you stuck from being successful in your career, in your business. You have to flip the script. So you have to focus on what's going right versus what's going wrong. I'm speaking from experience. I used to speak very poorly of myself. Poor me. My father never loved me. Then my father committed suicide. I'm an alcoholic because my father's an alcoholic, right? Like, if you're in AA meetings right now, you say, I'm an alcoholic. Hi, Charlotte, I'm an alcoholic. I did that for almost 2 years. But you know what? It actually made me feel so shitty about myself, because the more you tell yourself something negative, the more it becomes a reality. So I stopped going at AA, and I actually challenged myself, being like, you know what? I think I can have a glass of wine because I fucking love myself and I'm not an alcoholic. I am unstoppable. I wish these AA meetings would change the script, by the way. Like, instead of going, hi, Charlotte, I'm an alcoholic, you say, hi, Charlotte, I'm fucking empowering people. Hi, I'm Charlotte. I'm unstoppable. I'm confident. I have control over my life. Like, why don't we say that instead of saying, hi, I'm an alcoholic? That actually like really, it helped me become sober for a little bit. But at one point I was kind of like, oh, I felt so shitty about myself. So going back to the script in your head, what are you currently telling yourself? What are you telling yourself right now that's hindering your weight loss? If you're live right now, let me know. We all say these phrases about ourselves without even noticing sometimes. Oh, I can't get this right, or I can't work out, I'm not healthy, I'll never lose the weight, all these things, right? Or I failed this week, I didn't do enough, I fell off track. How many times have you said that? I hear my clients say that all the time and I catch them. I'm like, hey, stop saying that. Here's the thing, language does matter in your weight loss, in your fitness, in your success, in your business, in anything that you do in your life. When we focus only on what went wrong, we stay stuck in that negative loop. We do, because that's all you're focusing on. What you focus on grows. So, what if we flip the script? Today's the day. Today's the day you're no longer going to speak negatively about yourself. And when you do, you're going to catch yourself because you're going to remember Coach C. Oh my God, I remember Coach C's episode and she talked about speaking poorly about myself. And now I'm like this because of how I'm talking to myself. So what if we flip the script? What if instead of failure, we called it feedback? And instead of what didn't get done, we looked at what did. All right? Focus on what you've achieved. Focus on what you're doing, what you're accomplishing. Focus on, hey, I woke up this morning and I went for a walk. I woke up this morning and I had a high protein breakfast. I didn't starve myself today. I woke up today and I did a couple stretches. Could be just minor little wins. Why focusing on the positive matters? Because it builds momentum. Positivity fuels more action. That's why in my community, we all celebrate wins. We start our calls celebrating wins. I start my coaching calls celebrating wins. I start this live celebrating wins. What are your wins? Positivity fuels more action. But if you're going to say, poor me, poor me, poor me, poor me, and I didn't do this right, I didn't do enough of this, I didn't do enough sit-ups, I didn't walk enough, I didn't hit my steps, that is going to hinder your weight loss. Another reason why it's important to focus on the positivity is it boosts confidence. It reminds you of what's possible. Listen, I started my business in my mom's basement. I had just lost 30 pounds. And I was like, I can do this. I can help change lives. I got this, even though I hadn't changed any lives. But I fucking believe in myself and I spoke to myself like I'm capable of it. It reminds you of what's possible. If you keep reminding yourself of what you didn't do, then is that going to make you feel like it's a possibility that you're going to lose the weight? No. And another reason why it's important to focus on that is it creates consistency. Stacking small wins adds up big over time. Little by little, you're not going to lose 30 pounds in 30 days. Fact, get over it. You're going to have to be consistent in everything that you do. And let me tell you, ladies, please listen to me right now. When you're on this journey, the beginning is going to be hard. It can be hard unless you join my community. My ladies all lose weight and they feel fucking amazing. It is hard if you do it by yourself, and it is hard if you don't know what you're doing. And it can be hard if you're constantly telling yourself you're not good enough or you didn't do enough. You have to keep talking highly of yourself, positive thinking, positive feedback to yourself. I am amazing. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am healthy. So I want you to reframe a couple sentences that I know you've probably said in the past. Number one, I only worked out twice this week. Who said this? I hear it all the time. So instead, say, I worked out twice this week, and that's more than none. Right? Instead of saying, I blew my nutrition on the weekend, you're going to say, I nailed my protein during the week. I can only learn from this for the weekend. And instead of saying, I failed at my steps goal, I got 7,000 steps, progress towards 10,000 steps. Change your script. Change your script. The more you tell yourself you're capable, you're capable, you're capable, you're capable, you will get there. But if you tell yourself, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this, you won't get there. Fact. Here's a little exercise I want you to do. And then I'm going to give you some questions to write into your journal, which I hope you all have a journal or a notepad somewhere. I want you to answer these questions after. But first, an activity. I want you to do 5 push-ups right now. If you're listening and you're able to do 5 push-ups, do 5 push-ups. But before you do the 5 push-ups, I want you to tell yourself, I can't do this. I hate push-ups. And while you're doing the push-ups, I want you to do 5 push-ups. And you're going to say, I hate push-ups. I can't do push-ups. I suck at this. I'm not strong. And then you're going to stop, breathe for a little bit. And then you're going to do 5 more push-ups. And if you can't do full push-ups, go on your knees. Hey, progress. You're going to tell yourself, I am strong. I love push-ups. Push-ups make me healthy and strong. I am strong. I love push-ups. See how different your push-ups were. From saying, I don't like to do this, to I love doing push-ups, you're going to feel stronger. Fact. It's a fact. All right? So now, 3 questions I want you to write in your journal. If you don't have a journal, get one. Ask yourself, what are 3 things I'm doing well this week? Focus on what you're doing well. What are 3 things that I'm doing well this week? Second question, what's one thing I'm learning that will help me next week? And the third question, what's one small action I'll focus on moving forward? Just one small action. Don't try and do 75 hard right now when you can't even do 2 workouts in a week. Fact. People are like, oh, today's the day. I'm doing 75 hard. That's 2 workouts a day. Drinking all my water. Not eating anything. That's unhealthy. Like, that's not realistic. Cleanse diet. Water, lemon, cayenne pepper, and maple syrup for 8 days. I did it for 8 days. No food. I just lost water weight and I gained it all back right after. Okay? There are people, especially in Tulum here, it's very spiritual where I live. They do fasting and those types of things for a spiritual journey, spiritual growth, okay? And that's completely different. But if you're trying to do these things to lose weight, please don't. I've been there. I understand you. It doesn't fucking work, okay? Now, I want you to remember this. You're not failing. You're just learning. You're not behind. You're building. And every single positive action counts. So moving forward, let's celebrate what's going right and not what's going wrong.